How you doing? This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. And there's some sad news this morning. Patty Duke, famous for her Oscar-winning role in the Helen Keller story and the Patty Duke Show, has died at the age of 69. I remember watching her as a kid, had a minor crush on her. So she will be missed. And as Open Lines Jerry pointed out, they're dying in threes. And a friend of mine says that isn't really the case, but I think it is. And the only time celebrities don't die in threes if they're on a bus or in a plane crash. But I'll be sorry to see her not here. I understand that criticism of Ben Affleck is such that Warner Brothers considering recasting the role as Batman, and possible candidates are Hello Kitty, already wearing a Batman suit, very stylish. Slappy the squirrel from Animaniacs, who has her own copter and could have her squirrel friend as Robin. There you go. Dot from the Animaniacs, and maybe they could even do a Teen Titans movie with the Animaniacs. Charmander to get even more fans into the movies. There's Charmander and Pokemon and Pikachu. So I don't know about that, but we shall see. Everything I'm reading about Ben Affleck, they don't like what he did in that movie. I don't know why. It looked fine to me, but I'm not a fan of Henry Cavill, or Cavill, however you pronounce his name. However, but the video I want to do today is one that just boggles the mind. And it was sent to me by Timerunner. And I want to thank Timerunner for subscribing to my channel. And he sent me the news story of the Washington Post. And Stray Dog, Ty Richardson, Will Frederick, and Dead Wake Up. I want to thank them all also for subscribing to my channel, and Alex Waring. So that's 6 new subscribers. So I really appreciate it. Watch my videos. And I will post photographs from this story in my Falkenberg's Fortress thread on Belgab. But it's kind of incredible. Now, when I first moved in here for a while, I had a wooden crate. That's all the furniture I had. I didn't sleep on it. I didn't sleep in it. But someone left it downstairs, so I carted it up here, used it as a bookcase, a lamp desk, an eating table, and it was rather big and heavy. But the Washington Post has an article today, and I'm sure it's been covered in the San Francisco papers. This guy graduated from the University of Chicago, lived in Chicago as a bartender, couldn't find a place to live when he came out here. The apartment he's staying in now, the rent's $1,000 a month, which is mind-boggling. Back in the 70s, my studio apartment was $200 a month, and at one point I lived in a $100 a month apartment. But they have a law in San Francisco, when you move out, they can jack the rents up 3% a year. So studios that go for $200 and $300 a month are going for $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, and people are being priced out of a place to live. So this guy couldn't find a place to live, and what's mind-boggling about it, he built this box to live in. It's got lights, it's got a fan, it's got a bed, it's got cushions, it's got electricity, and it cost him $1,300 to outfit this box. My first thought was, and it looks like it was specially built, my first thought was, why didn't he go find a packing crate from the docks or the farmer's market or somewhere, and he would at least have the crate to begin with? That was saving the money on wood. But the part that's absolutely astounding about this is he spends $400 a month rent to live in this box, and it's the corner of his friend's living room, and they're paying $1,000. I'm going, wait a minute, people. Why don't you get an apartment for $1,400? He's got to pay the $400 rent anyway, and then he'd have a real apartment with maybe a bedroom and a shower. And the article says he's thinking of putting him soundproofing because he's paranoid. Like, who's going to climb into his wooden box? The soul stealer in the middle of the night? I don't get it. And he complains that he has trouble putting his pants on while in the box. Well, if you had an apartment and you were sharing with your buddies, you'd have a place to put your clothes and put your clothes on. I don't get this. Now, I had the problem. I was homeless twice. I lived in my Plymouth Reliant for 6 months. I almost caught pneumonia because even though I had blankets, sleeping bag, the car, the heater worked, the air conditioning worked, the radio worked, and I listened to Art Bell and free Art Bell and bring Art Bell back. But I got sick because I was sleeping in my car in the San Francisco fog, and I kept having to turn the heater on because it was getting cold, turn it off because I got too hot or too sweaty. My cats are sleeping in the back of the car. And I would change my clothes in a bathroom. Now, I guess this guy doesn't have bathroom privileges either. He must be awfully stinky sleeping in that box with one fan running for air circulation. This damn thing looks like a big shipping crate. So I just don't get it. Why would you spend that kind of money and you don't have amenities? So anyway, go find the Washington Post. Check that story out. Guy lives in a box. It cost him $400 a month. And it cost him $1,300 to build this box. I think the guy is nuts. But then, we know San Francisco's full of nuts and the other variety. But if I say the other variety out loud, I'll be called a certain phobic name, and I don't want to be called that. Okay, I'm going to head out here. I did a lot of small cleaning this morning. Cleaned a food tray that I carry food on to eat on the bed, and a plastic bin, and cleaned under my keyboard table, under the keyboard thing, behind the keyboard thing, throw a whole bunch of junk out. Found out why you do not put an orange on the bookcase, or a tangerine. I think it was more of a tangerine. It turned green and white and was downright scary looking. And the other thing is, I made the mistake of putting what I thought were eye drops in my right eye. It wasn't eye drops because I couldn't read the damn label because I had my glasses on. Don't do that, people. They were eardrops. I feel like an idiot, but also it hurt like hell. But that's what happens when you're blind as a bat without your glasses. And the other thing, have I said lately that Comcast and Xfinity suck? Because I'm in the bedroom here, and the internet won't reach around the corner. If I go to the doorway of the kitchen, I've got internet. If I walk in here, there's no internet. This is another reason why Comcast and Xfinity suck. Okay, I'm going to head for Starbucks and to go feed Orangey the cat. And I'll be back later on today with another video. I want to thank everybody at Falkenberg's Fortress for going on there. I want to thank Brig for reposting my videos. I appreciate it. And I just, my allergies are acting up this morning. I want to also welcome, she's going to come in. Azare will come in, so now we'll have two distaff members. She unboxed me this morning. I gave her the invitation. All it remains is MB to approve her. And Bateman will be coming into the forum, the great radio host Bateman. And I've always liked Bateman, and wonder if he ever got to his radio show earlier in the year when it was snowing so hard he said he'd never make it to the studio. So hello, Bateman. Maybe one night I can be on your show and we can talk about what life is like in New York, where they also have outrageous rents due to rent control. And that would be fun. I haven't been to New York since the 65 World's Fair. So it'd be fun to talk to someone in New York. Okay. Have a great day. I'll be back in a minute with one more video. I'm going to welcome people to my fortress, but they have to be people who are not trolls, and they're by invitation only. So, bell gabbers out there, if you're willing to be nice and obey the rules, and right now I have 2 rules: no photoshopping of me, Kathy, any of my friends, or anybody associated with me. No Photoshop pictures, videos, audio without the express permission of me and the commissioner of baseball. So that's the one rule. One person's already broken the rule. I don't want that kind of stuff in my forum. It's a place for me and my friends and people who are friendly and nice to have fun. And we're not going to have fighting. We're not going to have animosity or anything like that. And I talked to that poster and I said, don't want this in here. Not personal. And the problem is he's taking it personally. Well, that's his problem. And I hope he reconsiders and comes back to the forum post. He's a valuable fellow, and I'm not mentioning his name. So every time I mention his name, he gets upset in a video. So I'm not going to mention his name. Mystery poster. And, you know, life's too short to get ticked off at somebody over a picture. And I removed the picture because it looked like me. And I didn't want that in my forum. There's enough of that stuff on the General Musings of Falky thread, and they've turned that place into the sewage capital of Belgab. The boiling pits of sewage, the sewer hole. And someone on my thread said I've turned to Q because I was editing MV's post, and if I were Q, that thread would have a burning pit in it, and there would be little dead troll bodies all over the place. But I'd do a lot of beneficial things if I were a Q too. So, including the first thing, would talk to John Delancey, of course, and see what it was like to be Q. And how Q kept going nuts from having to deal with Picard all the time, lecturing him. That would drive me crazy if I were Q. Picard just talks and talks and talks. I love Next Generation, but it's like I'm always surprised the whole Klingon Empire didn't just go and blow up the Enterprise. We can't stand Picard lecturing us all the time for 30 minutes. We can't take it anymore. That's why Kathy didn't like the show. She said they talk too much. There's not enough action. Later on, that action, they're blowing up ships, Borg, everything else. But Picard will go in there. Oh, we have to talk. And, 20 minutes later, he's still talking to the other commander. And by then, he's put on the self-destruct, and he's ready to blow the whole ship up. I can't take it anymore. This guy's talking to me. And how come he's an Englishman or a Frenchman with an English accent? I don't understand that either. So, who knows? One of the mysteries of casting, I guess. I like Patrick Stewart a lot, but could never understand that a Frenchman had an English accent. Anyway, maybe they didn't want a cliched French accent. I am Jean-Luc Picard, and I'm the captain of the Enterprise. So who knows? All right, have a great day. I'll be back later. Bye-bye. How you doing? This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. And I said I wouldn't go back to Belgab, but things have changed. I now am the moderator and arbiter of succession on a new forum called Falkenberg's Fortress. It's invitation only, but if you're a Belgab member and you're inclined to be nice and pleasant to other posters, you don't Photoshop pictures and videos and edit them to make me or other people look bad, well, send me an inbox. And if I know you, or if I know your history and you're a good guy or a good woman, I will ask MV to add you to the list of people that are allowed to come into the fortress. And if you misbehave, you will be thrown into the moat with the alligators, the piranhas, and IRS agents. So, Falkenberg's Fortress on Belgab, and for now it can't be seen by anybody except the people in the fortress and MV, and I kind of wish he'd keep it that way. Let the haters in the other threads eat static. It would drive them nuts, because I know their spies are out there. They're telling them what's going on in the fortress. That means one of the posters is a traitor's dog, and they have to be hung up for the yardarm. But I'll deal with that. Excuse me. Allergies are acting up. I found when I was cleaning one allergy pill. I'm going to take it when I get done with this video. Because I was coughing and sneezing and blowing my nose about 5:30 this morning with the door open, and it's bad out there. A lot of wind yesterday and the day before. All right, I'm headed down to Starbucks after I feed the orangey. So have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. And I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.